This book is a work of fiction. This book is mere collection of nightmares without any pretensions but to let you enter the intricate folds of my mind. I think everyone has experienced nightmares in their life, whether asleep or awake. I can well say I am an impressive expert on sleeping terrors. Close-eyed nightmares are my personal curse. I have been having them frequently since I was a child, and I could never explain the reason why. I apologize for this chilly gift on my part, but my mind is likewise a cold and messy place. It is the mind of a woman, of a fighter who openly faced evil and chose to talk about it. Everyone has their own worldview. We feel and shape everything around us accordingly. And after all the ordeals I have endured through life, I now strive to use my inner eye so as to create a more fruitful vision of the future. I was growing troubled and distressed, short of breath. I knew I was entering hell, but I couldn't slow down. As soon as I reached the last step, I sprang toward the room where the key to the last door must be. In this rush, the key was everything. It was salvation, the symbol for liberation, our deliverance from darkness, but I knew the clawed monster would defend it fiercely. It wasn't going to be easy. He had been a man in his previous life, a strong, powerful man, an abuser. Facing him required in fact every bit of my strength. I could only feint to the side at once and attack with a wooden chair I found nearby. A mere chair against a monster that had been an icon in life. A life of excess, of drinking until every morning, of cocaine, women, millions of women, and child abuse up to the day he was gruesomely burnt alive. And then I suddenly attacked. With a feint, I smashed the chair on his head. The wood cracked and broke, leaving only two of its legs in my hands. Deeply distraught, I used them to angrily spear the monster's chest and neck. The hideous burnt figure lay now on the ground. I guessed I could try to burn him to ashes once for all. My attempt would certainly slow him down. He was terrified of fire, which would finally cleanse his envy of beauty and innocence. It was the only thing he had nurtured in a life of manipulative, psychopathic tendencies. When I heard laughter behind me, I felt a sudden chill inside my chest, a shiver running down my back and making my arms tremble. Not my will though. At that moment my little pursuer appeared in front of me, his eyes grim and terrible. He had hidden small tacks inside the rope. Livid with anger, I set to removing them while trying to counterbalance the rope's motion with my weight. I desperately tried again and again, pricking my fingers and cursing at the sharp pain. And finally the rope broke. The girl could only fall to ground, but at least her incessant sway had stopped. Our fear and the monster's crazed screams notwithstanding, the wonderful man managed to find a sword even in the faint light. I realized that my companions knew well how to use the weapon and that his training must justify his large, strong arms. When we happened upon a dead man in his armor, he silently asked my help in removing the body so that he could wear a protection. Fortunately, it was his exact size. He was still agile even wearing it. It was an intense and bothersome wind. My hair flew in all directions and my skin wrinkled. It rapidly grew strong, then wild and violent. By then I was squashed against the wall like a poster. Then it focused on me with all its strength. The message was clear. Ever forwards. I was truly embracing my dark side. In the meanwhile, my body was also undergoing an extraordinary transformation, which showed in a bright blue light. My features were turning muscular and rather masculine. I was huge now, cunning and merciless, hooked beak and curled horns. My fangs and claws tore everything apart. My anger and my pain turned everything to ashes. I wouldn't stop until I had what I wanted. This book has been written in the after-work nights, interrupted, resumed, subjected to fierce criticism. It is full of wounds as my life is. It is the life of a woman who didn't want to immigrate but had to, who wasn't extroverted but had to be, who experienced troubles and joys and pains and was taught about courage. The courage to fight. When faced, certain monsters are not as scary as they initially seem. The secret is only one. You can win them. You can win.